welcome to my channel. I'm Amber, also known as Teacher Amber, and today I'm going to be talking to you about classroom setups. So when I first started with Vipkid, I was actually teaching in my boyfriend's closet. When I originally applied for Vipkid, I was still currently living at home and the Wi-Fi just was not strong enough. They live in the middle of nowhere on 10 acres and the Wi-Fi signal just wasn't good enough for Vipkid. So I was teaching in my boyfriend's closet because he had a huge walk-in closet but only like this much shelf of like clothes because he had all his stuff in a dresser anyway. So I'll show it to you right now. So with my original classroom setup, I had boxes to prop up my dry erase board behind me and Minnie Mouse, of course. And then I actually had my arm resting on another box to my side, and that's what I would use for my mouse. And then my computer was also on a few boxes, and I just set up, I actually had a light that was just a little ring light. I mean, that worked, and that was my classroom setup for the first few months. And then we ended up moving to our current apartment, and so since then I have gotten a lot of stuff. I'm a big believer in not spending a whole bunch of money until you know something's going to work out for you. Once I figured out that Vipkid was something that I truly loved and wanted to add more to, then I got a desk. I actually had my whiteboard balancing on a piano stand. So as you can see, your classroom doesn't have to be anything fancy. I've seen people like teach from their bathroom and they just use their shower curtain behind them as their different backdrops. Teacher Tina did a giveaway and she was giving away a $25 gift card to Amazon, and I was lucky enough to be her winner, and so I bought this little cube organizer. Absolutely love my cube organizer, so thank you so much, Teacher Tina. This is probably my favorite thing in my classroom, so thank you. Now, if you do buy things for your classroom, save those receipts because a lot of it can be written off when you're doing taxes, since Vipkid does not take taxes out of your paycheck. Since you are an independent contractor, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my camera so I can give you a full tour of my classroom. So the apartment me and my boyfriend live in is actually a 2-bedroom, so we actually shared this room for our office space slash my classroom, and so like that's his area over there. This is my side, and how I've set up my classroom is I have everything that I might need in arm's reach, and I've worked with it long enough that I know where everything is, and so if there's a prop that I forgot to grab that morning for a class, or if I decide that I want to do an extension on a lesson, then I can grab things quickly. I have all my pens that are dry erase if I need to grab them quickly. I also always have my iPad when I teach because a lot of the time I will use Google Slides for my props or reward systems, especially with the older kids. I keep my laptop up here, but then when I teach, I'm actually looking off of this screen, and then I have my webcam up here, and then I just have some cute little things up here. So in my desk, I have these numbers that are actually also magnetic, so I can stick them on my little dry erase board or on the board behind me. I have the USA and China if I need it. I also have my family members for the My Family unit. It's really cool to show your students your family. That way, you know, they see, oh yeah, she's a person too. And they always think it's funny when I say, this is my little sister, since she's taller than me. And they're like, no, she's big sister. So I'm like, okay, sorry, Brittany, you're just gonna have to be my big sister. And I also have my family with my grandparents. That way I can teach grandma, grandpa. And then I also have these little cards that have the names on them so then they can see how they're spelled out. I also have the days of the week, and they were clips that I bought at Hobby Lobby, but I also added magnets to the back so I can display this behind me or on this little dry erase board that's also magnetic. And then I actually have a card somewhere that shows today is, and I can just clip it on my clip and be like, today is Tuesday, today is Wednesday. And then also, I do not put on a lot of makeup in the morning for my classes since it's so early, but I do have my lipstick and a little bit of BB cream that I can put under my eyes. That way I don't look totally scary. And then I also have a little bit of mascara just so my eyes don't look so tired. So in this little box, I have weather and seasons. So I have my snowman and snowflakes, and then also I have these little cards that just say what season it is, summer, winter, spring, whatnot. And then up top, I have all my Bitmoji cards, so morning or good morning. I also use that for breakfast sometimes so they can get the concept that breakfast is in morning. I have to make, that goes along with the food unit, and then to sleep as well. And then above that, I have these little balls that I got from Hobby Lobby that have faces on them. So these are really cool because, you know, you can just use them as a regular ball, or you can turn them over and be like, oh, how does he feel? He feels silly. And then in this box, I have some household objects along with clothes. So like lamp, socks, and a key. I should probably organize these better, but as long as they're separated, it's a lot easier for me to find things like this. Then over here, I have some more like season and weather things. So I have the sun, trees, moon. And then to the right of my computer, I have some of my reward systems. So up here I have my Feed a Monster down at the bottom. Ta-da! And then I also have Build a Monster. So I let them choose colors or sizes, and then they have a lot of fun with this. And even kids that have done this a couple of times, they always create a new monster. So that's fun. And then I'll ask them like how many eyes do they want, and then if they want big legs or small legs. So it's also a great extension reward. I also have a few more reward systems in here, like my owls and princess stars and zoom zoom stickers. And my fishies, that I actually use those when I travel teach as well, but they also work great just anytime. And more stars and my 4th of July decorations back there. So in this drawer, I have all my stuff that I use for color units. So when I'm teaching colors of these petals or colors with popsicles, and I got all these from Target. And these popsicle sticks are cool because they have not only the color, but then the soft popsicle stick, or the soft popsicle on top as well. And you can even flip it around and be like, okay, what color is this? Green, you got it, great job. And then under there, I have all the stuff that I would use for level 1. So I have all the little characters from level 1, as well as like mouse, where I use this for circle, and then you use the airplane a lot. And then this is a little finger puppet that I like to use that I actually got at a meetup. And then behind there is I have all the toys that you might need for any of the toy lesson for my friends. And then under there, I have food and feelings, because we know those go hand in hand. But I have fruit, vegetables, just fun foods that I know that my students would like to eat. And then I have this cute little wheel that I can go and say, how do you feel today? Today I feel happy. Today I feel sad. So these are actually these little feeling things that I made for my feelings interview, and I still use them in class pretty much every day. If I know a student doesn't really understand how are you today, then I'll just pop this up and they say happy. And so I can be like, today I am happy. Then under there, I have these 2 little game maps that I have made for the unit assessments. So depending on if there are 6 levels or 5 levels, then I'll just grab whichever game board I need, and I let them choose if they want Meg or Mike. And so say they choose Meg, I added a magnet on the back of her, and then on my game boards, there's a magnet behind each little level piece. So then Meg can hop from level 1 to like level 3. It's more fun to have them like hop on the screen. So pretty cool. I love magnets. Like a lot of the stuff in my classroom actually has to do with magnet. I also use these little things for like two below, and it always makes the kids laugh. Then to the right of my classroom, I have this little magnetic cart, and this is super nice. Since it is magnetic, I can stick some of my props or reward systems to the side of it. I have some of my holiday reward systems over here, like my fun cats that I used around Halloween. But I also use these when I'm trying to teach color. I have some of my costume dinos on the side, which are always fun. And then I have a felt snowman over here that I like to use. I also have some of my reward systems on my cart just to keep everything organized. And it also is just really nice storage. I have my little boxes on top, and so I have like my ABCs in here, and then transportation. And this one, I made this little girl and boy that I have in my classroom that I use for girl and boy all the time. And then I also use this birthday cake a lot in my intro when I'm asking how old the student is. All right, and then once we come down here, I have my fun pink headphones just hanging off the side, and then a lot of the animals that I use in level 1, or just in a lot of lessons in general, especially with cat and dog, because then I can find out what my student likes. I also got this cute little souvenir Eiffel Tower, which I use in my level 1 class since they travel to Paris. It's fun to show them the Eiffel Tower. This is also a wax mold that I made at our local zoo here in Oklahoma, and so I actually used him today in class because it was my students' favorite animal, and they're also mine, so that was fun to show them. I also bought this little grocery basket from Walmart, and it has a lot of food that you'll need for your lessons, so it's fun to just grab things and show them. And I'll even ask them when I talk about milk, like, do you like chocolate milk or white milk? And so then they can tell me and see the little cartons. And then at the very bottom, I have some props that I use for like fun assessments or with my lower levels. Like I had these fun Minnie Mouse ears, and I had these little pom-poms that I like to wear for assessments, or if I know it's my student's birthday, then I'll wear like a birthday crown. I also have headbands in here, so if my hair is looking crazy in the morning, then I can just pop on a headband and not worry about it. If I want to switch up my classroom, I store a lot of my stuff in there for background stuff. I have my fun little cube organizer behind me, and this is so nice because not only do I have props that I might use within arm's reach, but it also works as great storage. I just have like some markers and stuff if I want to draw something, books, especially for the color unit. If I have a kid that's just already knows their colors, then I might have them read Brown Bear with me, along with, of course, some Disney books since I'm like obsessed with Disney. I have my Mr. Potato Head when I'm teaching about the face. Ta-da! And I have a fun clock back there that I got at Target. And more pins. And I just keep my camera stuff down here. And this is actually the stuff that I use when I teach and travel. I also have my laminator down here with some papers. I also have this place setting when I'm teaching about food and eating, especially with my higher level kids, then I can teach them like actual utensils to use while they eat. So when I travel and teach, I actually use this felt background, and it's just the US map, and I'll just use some Scotch tape on the corners to prop it up on the walls. And then I actually use this as a holder for my reward systems. I will put props that I know I'll need in here because I can look at the lessons beforehand and keep them in there so they don't get bent since this is hard. But then it also has this nice clip up top, and I'll show you my fish reward system now. With my reward system, when I travel, I actually got this at the dollar store, and it has magnets that I have just glued on it. And then since all my fish have magnets on them, so when my student gets a reward during class, they'd be like, you get a fish. And I don't have to worry about my background not being magnetic, because then I can just hook it right on there, and then it's clipped up here. So then I can show them as we go along. For my background, I have these fun little stars on the side that are also clips, so I can clip things on them if I want to. I have the switch for it just hidden over here, and then they light up. But then I have my US map that I'll point at. I even put a star where I live so I can show them where in America I live. I have my little name sign over here. And then I always have my reward systems over here, and I usually let them choose their color for ice cream. And then these are actually little wooden things that I bought at Hobby Lobby for like under $1. And then, yeah, see this apple was only 99 cents, and I just added some magnetic tape to it. And then it just sticks up here, just like that. Ta-da! Welcome. This was a sticker I got at a meetup that I just put some tape on and stuck up there. And then I have my ABCs and welcome sign that I bought at Target in their little dollar spot when it was back to school season, and just some stuffed animals for fun. So thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead and comment down below if there's anything that you like about my classroom. I would love to hear about your classroom. I'm always seeing cute classrooms on Instagram, and it's just great to see the variety of how people set up. I will also be making a video soon about traveling while teaching, so if you're interested in seeing my travel setup, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, that way you don't miss that one. If you have any questions about working for Vipkid, go ahead and comment them down below, or you can send me an email. If you would like to apply and you don't have a referral coach, I would love to help you through the hiring process. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Goodbye! Ooh, that's my face. Oops.